Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the next week of NCP Nimbus Season 3. The Detroit Steel Wings are taking on our Week 6 opponent, the Cincinnati Dreds, coached by JB Westside. If you guys missed last week's battle, you guys can click or tap somewhere above my face so you guys can go check that out. Of course, we're going to go full face cam really quickly, pick up some merch, pick up a pillow. Only available while leagues are going on. We're halfway through the season, so if you haven't picked one up to rock one with me yet, what are you doing? Go on ahead and check it out. Of course, if you guys are excited, feel free to leave a like on this video, and if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more. You guys can check out my opponent's channel in the description, of course, as well as a variety of other links. Now that we are a little bit into the video, spoilers, we are currently on a 2-win streak. We are 2-3 going into week 6, and I believe week 4 is where we were going to turn things around for the better and hopefully go on this just massive tear and show people why we're the best team ever. But we do have a tough team in front of us. We're going to take it a week at a time, hopefully picking up our 3rd win in a row here to bring us back up to 3-3. We're going to see what exactly goes on. There will be some text floating on the screen somewhere in post-production where you guys want to go check out the battle. I apologize for no in-game audio last week. It was really weird. It was the first video I recorded after my desk got put together, and I did a test recording prior to this. I think everything is going to be okay, but if there is again yet, no, it's something with the Switch. I don't know. The PS4 is fine. The Switch is weird, but if there is no in-game audio this week, I apologize. I will do my best to make sure that gets put together for the full experience. But all that being said, you guys are going to start to see the teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent's team is dummy thick, and by dummy thick, I mean it hits like a truck. My opponent has Terrakion, Cinderace, HELIOLISK, Seismitoad, Braviary, Aromatisse, Drampa, Berserker, Delmise, and Mr. Rhyme. He has 2 forms of hazards or 2 hazard setters in the form of Stealth Rock, Terrakion, and Seismitoad. He has 2 rapid spinners in the form of Mr. Rhyme and Delmise, and he's got 2 defoggers in the form of Braviary and Drampa. The only cleric on the team is Aromatisse, so that is something to keep in mind. His team hits really hard. The Pokemon that are meant to hit hard. The Pokemon that are meant to take hits. It is going to be a fun matchup, to say the least. We're going to go on ahead and start breaking down the team. The first Pokemon that we are bringing this week is going to be Bouquet the Roserade. She is rocking her Life Orb with the Natural Cure ability, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Spikes, and Shadow Ball. We have 76 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in Special Attack, and 180 EVs in Speed with a Timid Nature. The 252 EVs in Special Attack maximize our damage output alongside our Life Orb. The 180 EVs in Speed with a Timid Nature allow us to outspeed Braviary and below. His team is really interesting as far as the speed tiers go. He's got 3 really fast Pokemon, Terrakion, Cinderace, and HELIOLISK, base 108, base 109, or Terrakion's base 108, HELIOLISK is base 109, and Cinderace is base 119 speed. And then it drops down to Braviary, which is base 80, and everything else is below Braviary. So Roserade hits Braviary and below, so it outspeeds Seismitoad, Braviary, Aromatisse, Drampa, Berserker, Delmise, and Mr. Rhyme. And our dual stab alongside Shadow Ball with some coverage with Spikes really rips the team apart. His fast mons don't want to switch into our attacks, and the bulkier mons that are meant to take hits really don't switch into a variety of these. 76 in HP gives us the just an overall amount of bulk there. We end up at 145 total HP, so we're taking 14 hits for Life Orb. I would switch that around, but I actually want the most damage output as possible. So we're going to take that as opposed to dropping us down to 139 HP and having only 13 Life Orb hits. We'll keep that up there and we'll go with the 14. But Giga Drain hits Terrakion, Sludge Bomb hits Cinderace and HELIOLISK, Giga Drain hits Seismitoad, Sludge Bomb hits Braviary, Sludge Bomb hits Aromatisse, Sludge Bomb hits Drampa. Berserker can take a Shadow Ball, but Berserker we really kind of get walled by a little bit. Delmise we hit with Shadow Ball, and then Mr. Rhyme we hit with Shadow Ball as well. Spikes are really nice for wearing down the team. He's got defoggers and he's got rapid spinners, and we can kind of take advantage of switching around on either of those if we think that it's going to get put up, if there is a spin about to go off or a defog. But Roserade outpaces all of the bulky defensive mons and does a lot of damage back in return. So Roserade was a really good startup for us this week. The next Pokemon on the team we are bringing is going to be Plague the Toxapex. If you got a Toxapex, you bring it. I think I said last week, if I had a Pokemon that you just bring every week, I think you bring it. I'm pretty sure Toxapex is the only Pokemon I've brought every week so far. And really, that's okay. Toxapex does what it's supposed to do. Last week, we brought Specially Defensive. This week, we're bringing FizzDef Toxapex. Scald, Recover, Toxic, and Haze. 236 EVs in HP. 252 EVs in Defense. 20 EVs in speed with a bold nature, Scald Recover, Toxic Haze. The HP and defense EVs are to take hits from Terrakion better, because oh my god, does that thing hit like an absolute truck. We have a little bit of speed on there just in case he ends up deciding to want to play any sort of shenanigans with things like Aromatisse. We can get a haze off. We can go for a big hit there. For like a Calm Mind Aromatisse, we're going to outpace that. We are going to outpace Drampa as well. We've got a little speed for Drampa as well. But other than that, we are meant to take physical hits. We are meant to take physical hits from Terrakion, Cinderace, Berserker, and Delmise. So that is what this is here for. Haze helps out, and then he doesn't have a poison type on the team. We originally discussed the idea of Toxic Spikes, but I'd rather have Spikes to wear everything down and toss off Toxics with Toxapex this week, because the only cleric on the team being that Aromatisse. So that being said, we'll move into our next Pokemon, which is going to kind of help out the team a little bit. It's mixed defensive. We're bringing Where's My Hug, the Hitmontop. He is rocking his Assault Vest with the Intimidate ability, Mach Punch, Rapid Spin, Close Combat, and Sucker Punch. We have 252 EVs in HP, 60 EVs in attack, 44 EVs in defense, 140 EVs in special defense, and 12 EVs in speed with an Adamant Nature. It's a fun spread. I love it a lot. The attack investment with an Adamant Nature, we are able to knock out Terrakion from full with a close combat, provided it's not like a max HP, max defense set. There's not a lot of HP and defense investment either way, or he's Choppleberry. Mach Punch and Rapid Spin. Mach Punch and Sucker Punch make for really good priority against his team, against Pokemon like Terrakion, Cinderace, Heliolisk, even Braviary in some instances. Sucker Punch was really our way of hitting Delmise, because other than that, if we brought like Fake Out instead, while I do like all the priority, we were hard-walled by Delmise. So Sucker Punch there, and then it also hits Mr. Rhyme super effectively. The HP and defense investment after an Intimidate, we live a Brave Bird from 252 attack, Braviary from full, and we can turn around and do some big damage with Close Combat and Mach Punch. The 252 HP, 140 special defense, along with the Assault Vest, means we are 3-hit KO'd by Specs Heliolisk. So we can also take hits from Drampa better as well. Aromatisse, we can take hits we don't like to, but we can. And then Mr. Rhyme as well, we're able to take those hits. So kind of some mixed defense there. It's got some good priority. We've got hazard removal as well in case either of his rockers come into play. We only have one Pokemon weak to rocks this week, so they don't really hurt our team too much, but it is nice not just to have the field cleared of those regardless. Let me change one thing on here really quickly, because we are supposed to battle here in about 7 minutes. The next Pokemon we're bringing on the team is some speed control. We needed some speed control this week, and that is going to be probably the MVP from last week. Hit him below the Diggersby. He's rocking his Choice Scarf with the huge power ability, U-Turn, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Knockoff. We have 36 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in attack, 220 EVs in speed with an Adamant Nature. This is a really interesting Choice Scarfer, and the reason I say that is because of how my opponent's team is built out for overall speed. We talked about how he's got really 3 fast Pokemon on the team, and then it's base 80 and below. Diggersby is base 78, so we couldn't if we're Choice Scarf and he brings Choice Scarf Braviary, we couldn't outspeed that anyway. And the next fastest Pokemon he's got on the team is either Mr. Rhyme or Seismitoad, which he's not going to Choice Scarf. And we can't outspeed Scarf Heliolisk, Cinderace, or Terrakion anyways. So we have 220 EVs in speed with an Adamant Nature. That allows us to outspeed his whole team. No Scarfers. We are able to put out as much damage as possible with an Adamant Nature with 252 EVs in attack and that huge power ability. And frankly, he doesn't, after we wear down some Pokemon, he doesn't have much that says, let me take a few Earthquakes. He's got the Braviary, of course. He's got Seismitoad. If we can wear those down with a Toxic, if we can make sure the Braviary doesn't show up, Delmise can take a hit as well, but we start to really do some damage once we can get some Pokemon wearing down. We can bring this thing in late game. We can also lead off with it turn 1 and click U-turn and just kind of get some scouting momentum. You know, we do have turn momentum to be able to pivot into a few of our defensive Pokemon. Earthquake hits really, really hard. The 4 moves, I don't know if I said it, U-turn, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Knockoff. Ice Punch gives us better damage against Braviary and Drampa. And then Knockoff is really nice for just removing items from things. Any choice locked Pokemon, any recovery on Pokemon like Seismitoad, any boosting items like choice items that we can knock off can be really beneficial as well. The next Pokemon we're bringing on the team, on top of hitting really hard with The physical side with Diggersby, I wanted to hit really hard from the special side as well. We have Life Orb Rosary to be able to pivot around, and the next Pokemon we're bringing to hit really, really hard is going to be Sub-Zero Alola Ninetales. I love him so much. He's rocking Choice Specs with the Snow Warning. We learned that Specs Alola Ninetales is disgustingly good. Moonblast, Blizzard, Aurora Veil, and Freeze Dry. 4 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in attack, 252 EVs in speed with a timid nature. We need max speed timid in order to outpace Terrakion. He could be Scarfed, or he could bring quick attack. Just a thought. Or be Rock Polish Terrakion. Please don't be Rock Polish Terrakion. But Moonblast hits team so hard. Cinderace resists our dual stab, but it's not like, it's not bulky enough to want to take a few, you know. Like switching in on a Choice Specs Blizzard is going to hurt. Anything switching in on his team is going to hurt. I mean, Berserker resists, but Berserker's got base 60 special defense as well. Seismitoad is probably Seismitoad, Cinderace, like all of his switch-ins to a Choice Specs Blizzard really don't exist. So that's going to be that. We also are bringing Aurora Veil. We can set up a last-minute Aurora Veil if need be. Alola Ninetales being the only Pokemon weak to rocks on our team. And then I was talking about that earlier with Rapid Spin Hitmontop. And then Freeze Dry just bops Seismitoad. Freeze Dry just bops Seismitoad. Choice Specs Freeze Dry being super effective against water types. Gives it 4 times effectiveness against the water ground typing. So Blizzard's neutral. So not too worried about that. But Freeze Dry should we need it. There wasn't really another move I wanted to run on there. So Freeze Dry could be it. And then the last Pokemon we're bringing on the team is going to be a little bit of a pivot Pokemon, a little bit more utility. Bringing CBAD Bless the Jirachi. They are rocking leftovers with the Serene Grace ability. It's a really rather standard Jirachi set, but it works out. We've got wish support for Pokemon like Roserade, for Pokemon like Hitmontop, Diggersby, Ninetales. We've got U-turn momentum, so we have kind of slow-ish U-turns with this, and then we've got faster U-turns with Diggersby to kind of pivot around. Iron Head is just really broken because we have Serene Grace, so it's a 60% chance to flinch and it's stab. And then we've got Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks hurt the Cinderace, Stealth Rocks hurt the Braviary, Stealth Rocks hurt the Mr. Rhyme. Not too much to say there. I wanted the hazards. I like hazard stacking, so spikes on Roserade and Stealth Rocks on Jirachi made a lot of sense. We have 252 EVs in HP. Steel Psychic typing is pretty solid this time around. I put more in defense because we will want to take hits from Terrakion and Berserker better, and if anything. And then 100 in speed with the Jolly Nature allows us to again outpace Braviary and below. So we can get a fast wish off, we can U-turn, we can Iron Head flinch things that aren't the fast ones down, and then we can also get up some fast rocks if need be. But that is going to be the team. I hope you guys have enjoyed the team builder, of course. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the team down below. And all that being said, we're going to hop right into the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with week 3 of the NCP Nimbus. The Detroit Steel Wings are taking on my man JB Westside and the Cincinnati Dreds. We are right here at the battle screen. You guys see the 6 I'm bringing. You guys see the 6 that he is bringing right there. So he did not bring Terrakion. So we see Cinderace, we see Heliolisk, we see Seismitoad, we see Braviary, Aromatisse, we see no Drampa, and instead we see Delmise, and we see no Terrakion, and instead we see Cinderace. So 4 out of 6 is not bad for preparation. Let's change up the layout here really quickly. And then Delmise. So he does have a potential rocker in the Seismitoad, and he has a defogger, a spinner, and a court changer. So some things to keep in note there. Looking at his team, if he leads Cinderace, that's not a good lead for us. We can always lead with our Diggersby, which isn't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea in theory, because we will outpace a Cinderace lead. And we can go from there. All right, let's go on ahead and let me make some notes here based on what we know about the team. I did say it in the team builder. If there is no in-game audio this week, I sincerely apologize. I have been having a little bit of issues with my Switch. I don't know if it's the age of the Switch itself or what. We've been trying a few different things to get it taken care of. So we'll see what happens. My opponent does lead off with Cinderace here as I lead off with the Diggersby. Earthquake is a free hit unless he is Scarf Cinderace, which I don't think he would be. I think Knockoff is probably the most neutral play I can make. I can also just Earthquake here. I think earthquaking is fine. But would he go hard seismitoad on this thing? If he goes hard seismitoad, I like the idea of removing his leftovers. I'm going to go for knockoff. I don't think he'd stay in. He does withdraw. Okay, so I don't believe him to be Scarf. We are going to see him go out in a Cowpat, which is the Braviary here. So he maybe have anticipated a... he might have anticipated something else. We're going to knock off Braviary's Choice Scarf, which is huge. Huge news for us. Now, I don't think it's going to take another one. I don't think it's going to take... Or I think it will take another one, rather. A knockoff does 34 to 41. So, unfortunately, we're not looking in a good position for that. We're going to go on to Toxapex here. Take whatever hit he wants to go for. If he's got the close combat, so be it. Looks like we got a little bit of a high roll on that knockoff, which is not bad, but knocking off this thing's Scarf is very, very good for our Rosa Raid later game. So, and that also leads me to believe that is either Life Orb or Specs Heliolisk and probably heavy duty boots on the Cinderace. So let's see what he wants to go for as we go out into Toxapex here. He does just go for the U-turn, so it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world if we would have stayed in and just gone for a... if we would have just stayed in and gone for another knockoff, that would have been fine. I am curious. Toxapex, I don't think we take a Specs hit from Heliolisk, because that's probably who he's going out into right now. Volt Switch does not KO us. Volt Switch does not KO us. And we have... and this is if he's Specs. If he's Life Orb, Thunderbolt does knock us out. Really aggressive play is going Diggersby. Really aggressive play is going Diggersby. Safe play is going Hitmontop or Jirachi. Because if he goes for Hyper Voice, how well do we take that? If he's Specs, 76 to 90, not really well. I'm gonna play super aggressively. This match, and I'm gonna go straight out into Diggersby. If he goes for a Grass Knot or a Surf, that's a great play. Goes for the Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice. He is Specs. That is absolutely Specs. However, I get the opportunity now. He got the highest roll on Specs too. He may be modest Specs. I get the opportunity now just to U-turn for some momentum. And if he's Rocky Helmet Toad, we might lose this right now. But he actually goes out into the Braviary here as we're going to be able to U-turn. And probably go out. We can probably bring in Rosa Raid right here now. Let's bring in, or we can bring in Ninetales and start clicking buttons. But I think bringing in Rosa Raid right now is a fine play. I think just coming in and clicking a Sludge Bomb right here is going to be our best bet. Let's go for that. Delmise could be a really good switch in if he's like AV Delmise. Let me make a note here. Heliolisk is definitely Specs. He withdraws and goes out into Delmise. So let's see what type of damage we're getting on Delmise right here. We are doing over half, or we're doing a little under half, which is not bad, frankly. It's not bad. And I have a Toxapex here that can switch in pretty freely. I also can go for Shadow Ball. That's looking like a good Shadow Ball roll. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play aggressively. He withdraws, actually. So what does he go out into? He goes out into Austin, which is the Cinderace. Okay. So he made, I don't know what the double was expecting, but we're going to get some big damage off on Cinderace here. That's got to be AV. I know I say everything's AV, but Shadow Ball should be doing 50. Oh, yeah, that is. Yeah, 31 to 37. So that's Assault Vest Cinderace. So we're going to go out into our Toxapex here. take whatever hit he wants to go for. Interesting. I like the AV Cinderace here. Probably to help it take on Toxapex a bit better, I'd say. And he goes for the U-turn again. Or he goes for U-turn. I don't think we've seen U-turn yet on this. So he's got a lot of... I imagine that HELIOLISK has Volt Switch. I would imagine that the HELIOLISK has Volt Switch. And last time we went out into Diggersby on this thing, he can just go for another Hyper Voice. And I think the play here is to go for... since we know this is Specs, I think the play here is just to go for Jirachi. Because if he Volt Switches right here, that's a really good play. I've already shown that I'm willing to go hard in on Diggersby against this thing. We'll resist the Hyper Voice, and we can take the electric move a little bit better than that. Goes for the Thunderbolt. So we do see that, and we're going to see the Hyper Voice as well. Now, he knows... Now, he should know that I know he's Scarfed. So I'm going to go hard out into... Or Specs. I'm going hard out into Diggersby now. Thunderbolt 2-hit KOs. That's really interesting. Are you modest, Specs, too? Take a look. Let's take a look. Thunderbolt. No, he could be timid. He's probably timid just to outpace... he's probably timid, Specs, to outpace my Ninetales, which is fine. Now, he has to make the choice. Do I think he's going to stay in? He's got to make that read right now. I'm going to play safe, and I'm going to go... I already played aggressively and got burned with a Diggersby that is very low health. So he needs to make the call whether or not he's going to stay in and allow me to get that, because he actually withdraws. So he's going to go out into Wamar, which is the Seismitoad. That's fine, because I'm going to be able to withdraw right here and go out into Diggersby. Now, I still like Diggersby. He could have priority on Seismitoad. Diggersby prevents him from locking himself into Thunder moves. I'm just going to go for the U-turn right here. I'm going to go for the U-turn and then see what type of move he wants to go for. We get big damage off on that thing, which is good. That is really, really good. I don't think he'd go for a ground type move. I will go into my Toxapex here to try to get a Toxic off on this thing. He goes for knockoff. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. He's going to knock off our Black Sludge, which isn't the end of the world, because now I just get to click Toxic and put this thing on a timer. He sets up Stealth Rocks. Okay. So we do need to remove with Hitmontop. And I'm not seeing leftovers on this thing, which is really, really interesting. So he might be Rindoberry for the Roserade. Definitely might be Rindoberry for Roserade. Let us... we can't do too much to this thing right now, can we? Let's go out into... Hitmontop here. We'll get the Intimidate off, and we can Rapid Spin these rocks away. He withdraws as well. And he withdraws and goes out into Shay, which is the HELIOLISK. Ooh, so this puts us in a really good position, because we can take hits from Specs HELIOLISK. This puts us in a really, really solid position, actually. Specs Thunderbolt 3-hit KOs us. Mach Punch does an insane amount of damage to this thing. I am going to Rapid Spin first to get rocks away. As he withdraws. Okay. He's going to withdraw and go out into mid, which is the Delmise. Spin blocks. Okay. Now, I am curious. Delmise. Sucker Punch does do 34 to 40 to this thing. I don't know if I want to stay in on that. Let's Sucker Punch here. We're going to get some big damage off there. And he goes for the Power Whip. Okay, that's fine. I will go on ahead and just go out into Toxapex to take that hit just a little bit better. We're going to keep the Intimidator around. We're going to keep our Intimidator around. I got to be careful because HELIOLISK is getting a little scary right now. HELIOLISK is getting just a little scary right now. There's the Power Whip again. Now that's neutral, but we can take that a little bit better. I'm just going to recover right here because I know we can take the Shadow Claw. I know we can take the Power Whip, things like that. He withdraws, which is fine, and goes out into Shay, which is the which is that thing. How much is Diggersby at? I'm at 15. I'm at 9%. Oh. How much is it doing to... Is ground is super famous against rock. I don't think ground resists rock. Oh, goodness. We need to make a little bit of a play here. Let's go into Hitmontop. Let's go into Hitmontop and see what he wants to do. It's getting a little scary. It's getting just a little scary. He's got U-turn and not Volt Switch. Okay. That is good to know. Thunderbolt, Hyper Voice, U-turn, blank. So we could go out into Delmise again, which we can probably Sucker Punch. Howpat, which is the Braviary. Now, I wonder how much does Mach Punch knock out Braviary from this range? Mach Punch is doing 18 to 22. Sucker Punch does 21 to 25. That's a high roll right there. I am just going to go... 21 to 25. He's borderline on that range. Would he have Roost? Would he have Scarf Roost as well? If he does, this is a big... This is bad on my part if this is the case. He's got Scarf Roost. I know he's not Scarf anymore, but still. He got Brave Bird. Okay, so we made the right play. Brave Bird recoil would have knocked him out, which is fine. Oh my god, that did a lot of damage. That did a ton of damage. And what I want to do right now is click Toxic. I don't know if he'll stay in or sack this thing. He's going to sack this thing. He's going to sack this thing. I should have clicked Recover. Fine. It's fine. We'll knock out this thing. And now if we can get hazards off the field, it's looking better for Diggersby. So Braviary, Tox KO's Braviary. The Toxic. Earthquake's looking nice. Seismitoad's on a timer. He could have Sucker Punch on the... Definitely could have Sucker Punch on there. Now, he could U-turn. Let's make... I'm at a loss for what to do right now. We're really worn down. Let's make the Jirachi play to get our regen back. We're really worn down. We need to play this safe. Diggersby is still looking really good. Diggersby is still looking really good. Especially because he Hyper Voices right here. Especially because he Hyper Voices right here. We are at, what, 52? We're at 25. Another Hyper Voice has a chance to knock us out. Do I U-turn here if I survive, or do I wish? gonna get Stealth Rocks up on my own, actually. He Hyper Voice again. We have a chance to live this. It is slim. It is not. Okay. All right. So, Helio KOs Jirachi with Hyper Voice. Now, the only thing that threatens this right now is Hitmontop. Oh, we don't even take it with that. All right. Let's play this carefully. Let's play this carefully. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's go Toxapex. Let's go Toxapex. And then, can I take a Specs? I'm losing my timer. 40, we're at 57. No, we cannot. Okay. Okay, let's go. I have to go him on top here. I have to go him on top here. I think I might have just... Oh, I think I definitely just misplayed. I think I definitely misplayed. I think I just misplayed. I think HELIOLISK actually just cleans up here. My only chance now is that I come in on rocks right now with Diggersby. I don't think I do. Oh my god, I do. Okay, perfect. Earthquake. Braviary's gone. I have to stay in and click Earthquake as long as he'll let me. He goes out into mid, which is the Delmise. We should be able to knock that out with Earthquake. We do not knock it out with Earthquake. That is fine. I will knock it out with another Earthquake here. All right, Dig KOs. Delmise with Earthquake. We lost our spinner and we lost our wish support. We still have Veil in the back. So that could help us. That's going to help out. That's problematic for us. That is incredibly problematic for us. How much was Dorian? Okay. How much is Diggersby doing to Aromatisse? A lot of damage. Let's just Earthquake. I'm staying in an Earthquake, and as long as I can, as long as he's going to let me. We're doing over half. Trick Room. Oh, no. Oh, no. And we see that he is leftovers. Okay. To burn turns of Trick Room, I think I sack my Diggersby here. There's Moonblast. Aroma KOs Dig with Moonblast. And now we should be in like a decent position. He probably has Psyshock. I think he probably has Psyshock. We can come in and set up Veil, which isn't a bad idea. That's not a terrible idea. How much is Aromatisse doing to us? Moonblast does 36 to 42. I'm going to come in and set up Veil real quick. I'm going to come in and set up Veil real quick. We're going to take 25% to rocks. We're going to get up the hail. All right, let me go for my Aurora Veil here. Blizzard, like, he should fear this thing if I click Blizzard. He should definitely fear this thing if I click Blizzard. He nasty plots. That's not good. Like, it's not bad, but it's not good. So that's 2 turns of Trick Room down. And he's under half. So I can go out into Toxapex and Haze. Definitely has Psychic. Definitely has Psychic. What's my best bet here? Behind Veil, Toxapex is probably the best. I think that's the case. I think I gotta go Toxapex. It's really interesting. He went for Nasty Plot there. I could have just blizzarded his face in. There's the Moonblast. Through Veil, +2. We can eat that. Now, I can haze or I can recover, and I think it's important that I recover here. This was turn 3 of Trick Room. This was turn 3 of Trick Room. I'm going to go back out into Ninetales here. This is turn 4 of Trick Room. We're going to hopefully take a Moonblast through Veil right here. Or a Psychic. Alright, which we do. Now, Trick Room is 4 turns, and this was the 4th turn of Trick Room, unless I miscalculated that. Just the dimensions return to normal. Cool. I am lighting off blizzards now. I'm lighting off as many choice specs blizzards as he is going to let me. Let me knock out the Aromatisse. All right. We've got Aurora Veil up. We need to play smart. He has 3 Pokemon left. He has Cinderace, he has Seismitoad, and he has Heliolisk. I feel like I can come in again. He goes out to Austin, which is the Cinderace here. Now, I don't think he would want to do... Like, I have a Toxapex right there. I'm going to stay in, and I'm going to click Choice Specs Blizzard. Pyro Balls. Okay. So he knocks me out. He knocks me out. Okay. I was thinking he would... But he's AV. He could have switched up. All right. Aurora Veil wears off. That all wears off. Toxapex is the play here. I think I recover. Toxapex does not live a choice specs Thunderbolt, right? And he's dry skin. Ah, damn that Heliolisk. But Heliolisk really did it, didn't it? Heliolisk really did it, didn't it? Yeah, I have to recover here. Damn. Damn. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. He played really well. Heliolisk was just really good against my team. I guess I should have prepared a bit more for that. I will try to narrow it down as much of a differential as I can, but I don't see pulling out of this right now. So he actually just goes Seismitoad. That's really interesting, because I can go... Okay. That's really interesting. I'm gonna recover once just in case, like whatever he's going for. There's the earth power. All right, so we can recover one of those off. How well does Roserade take one of those? Uh, 26 to 35. Okay, let's do that. Let's try to do some of that. Now, Giga Drain's really obvious. Giga Drain is super obvious. Goes for another Earth Power. But I think we need to click Sludge Bomb. I think we need to click Sludge Bomb if I want a chance to win this. He stays in. Okay. He's still knocking out with Sludge Bomb. Rose, KOs, Toad with Sludge Bomb. Okay. So we can bring it down to a 2-0. We can bring it down to a 2-0. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not going to hurt us long run for playoffs. He needs to miss a Pyro Ball. Or if he goes Cinderace, I think he needs to miss a Pyro Ball. His safest play is to go HELIOLISK and just Thunderbolt the rest of me. There's Shay. Yep. The safest play is to just go into this thing and just Thunderbolt the rest of me. I'm going to stay in and click Sludge Bomb just in case. But I think that is all she wrote right there. Yeah, he just clicks Thunderbolt twice. Unless he chokes and like U-turns into Cinderace. And I get the world's biggest crit. But even then, I can't 1v1. I can't 1v1 the HELIOLISK. So that is that he knocks himself into Hyper Voice. Okay. Helio KOs Rose. I will go out in a Toxapex here. I'm going to Toxic this thing just in case. For whatever reason. Dynamax my Toxapex. That's what I'm going to do right now. That's how I win. Dynamaxing. Breaking the rules. Yeah, I'll Toxic this. I think I can probably just double Toxic. If Toxapex can do anything right now, it's 1v1 Specs HELIOLISK. No, I can't do that. It can't do that. Scald would have been a great play, but I don't know since it's AV if Scald would have knocked it out. I'll just double Toxic here on his U-turn. But yeah, that's gonna be game right there. He has Zen Headbutt Cinderace. Okay. Okay. Well, I might be able to bring this back better than I thought. I'm gonna click Recover. I can't win, but I can preserve differential with Toxapex if he's gonna stay in with AV Cinderace, clicking Zen Headbutt. Unless he flinches me right now. All right. Yeah, I can Scald right now. I'll preserve as much differential as I can right here, frankly. Especially if he's just going to keep clicking Zen Headbutt with Cinderace here. I'm going to Scald right here. If he Zen Headbutts again, he Zen Headbutts again. Can I pick up a 5th KO? I think I can pick up a 5th KO right here. Toxapex got 2 kills this game. Okay. Tox KOs Cinderace. With Scald. Okay. Toxapex picked up 2 KOs here. I'll take that. But yeah, I cannot deal with Specs. Unless he like just locks himself into U-turn right here. That's the only prayer that I have, is that the absolute game is choked and he goes for that. But other than that, that was a great game. Great game. My opponent played beautifully. Yeah, Thunderbolt's gonna knock me out right here. So GG to my man JB Westside. Go show some love over on his side of the battle, of course. Subscribe to his channel if you guys want to see more Pokemon content. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to my man JB Westside for the great game. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, show some love on that like button down below. And of course, if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more so you don't miss out on next week's battle. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great, and I'll see you on the next video. Later.